Let's talk about an RPG that I already talked about a while ago, but it was before here, so most of you never saw it. And I'm confused. Welcome to Dice and Back Covers, this beautiful and amazing channel. Okay guys, let's talk about an RPG from New Order Publishing House. Another RPG from New Order Publishing House, right? It's a RPG that in this case is not a new release. It's not in crowdfunding. It has already been released some time ago. But because of a novelty that is coming to it, let's talk about this fella here on the channel. Let's talk about 13th Era. 13th Era was developed by two game designers who worked in Dungeons & Dragons. Rob Heinsoe, I think that's how I say his name. I think I pronounced it right. And Jonathan Tweet. Rob was responsible for creating the D&D 4th edition. That beautiful and misunderstood game that most of you love to hate. And Jonathan is responsible for the D&D 3rd edition, that classic that is very good, but that the fondness of most people does not let them realize the problems that the game has. After these two statements, I just lost half of my older viewers. The result of this mixture is a mixture between the two games, but with a much more focused footprint for the narrative. I know there are some of you thinking, wow, but 4th edition with narrative. Don't worry, I will not explain the mechanical rules here in this video, but there are many rules that are characteristic of the 4th edition appearing. Here in 13th Era, they managed to make it work very well with the narrative part that the two wanted to put in this game. The general rule system used here is the D20, which is the same system used in Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, and Starfinder. The goal of this video is to give you a general look on 13th Era, so I won't focus too much in rules here, mechanics, nothing of the sort from the system, okay? But there are three characteristics very important that give that taste, that unique flavor for 13th Era that every game needs to have to create their own identity. The 13 icons, the Singularity, and the background. The icons are gods and other NPCs of extreme power and influence in the world of 13th Age. Having the friendship of one of them can give you kingdoms, but if you fall on their blacklist, it can end up being worse than death. They are not necessarily deities, so these icons, with time, they change. Alright? There were other characters that were icons before, and now they are no longer, and were replaced. That game of chairs between the powerful to see who really rules. Right? But the 13 that are icons now, I'll tell you who they are. The Archmage, the Crusader, the Dwarven King, the Queen Elf, the Great Golden Dragon, the Emperor, the Lord of the Orcs, the Prince of the Shadows, the King Leech, the Priestess, the Three, the Diabolist, and the Great Druid. If I put for you the characteristics of each of these icons here, the video will extend a little too much, which is not my goal. Now is just to give you an introduction to the game. But all of them are very cool, they are very dangerous, they are very strong. If you mess with them, you will get fucked. You've been warned. The Singularity is a trait or characteristic that makes your character unique in that world. Something like, I'm the oldest elf in the world, or the eyes of my dwarf character reflect the lights of the universe. Or even, my human character has a 10 inches long pet goldfish. What did you think I told you? Oh, you're a kinky one. But the Singularity is nothing that affects your character in mechanics, so it will not give you bonuses, proficiencies, penalties, none of that. It's a little bit of personality that you give to your character, and even when you get characters ready, this part is blank, because it's you who gives the final touches, right? It's like Salt Bae and throws that bit of taste on the character for them to be their own, for them to be singular. The backgrounds are not Windows wallpapers. I mean, it could be if your character is a programmer, but that's difficult in a fantasy setting. They are a mixture of the past of your character with his skills. More or less like that. In my childhood, I was an equilibrist in the troupe of the Bald Clown. So, because of that, I have a great proficiency with bamboo strings and heavy objects, due to the shows I did at that time. I also understand a lot about blades and daggers and razors, because I was the one who shaved the clown's head. This one will affect some bonuses and some rolls that you will do, because this background that you create will define what are the skills, what are the abilities that your character has. So you mix what we call in D&D as background with what we call in D&D to make the comparison here with the RPG that most people know. You mix the background with the skills, you mix them there, and you justify with the past of your character. What are the skills he has to have a bonus or an ease when doing the rolls? Very soon there will be more videos about the 13th Age here on the channel, people, because there will be a crowdfunding of a supplement called 13 True Ways. There will be more content, it'll have more information about the universe, it'll bring more things that I don't want to give spoilers to you now because it will be released real soon. So, just wait a little bit, because soon you will see all about what is inside this supplement, which was the first supplement launched for the 13th Age. Rob and Jonathan announced it in 2013, even before the release of the core rulebook. The core rulebook was crowdfunded, and before it started to be distributed and sent to people and everything else, they had already announced that they were going to bring this supplement. So it's the first expansion of the 13th Age, and it's natural that it's the first to be brought to Brazil soon after the base game. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope those who did not know the 13th Age got curious to take a look at it. Go to the site of New Order Editora and search for the material of the 13th Age, because it's very good. It is a very cool game because it mixes a classic setting that we are very used to, but he does everything, and this is the thing of the 13th Age. He does everything to move the story forward. The show must go on, bro. There's no such thing as looking at the rulebook for 25 minutes. Nah, follow the flow, man. Just keep on playing. Just play, man. Just play. This is the thing about the 13th Age. It's very good because of that. You sit and you play, man, and you give your own input in the game, and it will shape the game. That universe is not only the DM, the narrator, who builds that world. The players have a lot of influence on that universe too during the adventure or campaign. So, if you didn't know it yet, please take a look at the website of the New Order publisher. And if you like this video, hit that like button, because I'm a YouTuber and I need those things, okay? And that's it! I hope you guys liked the video, I hope you guys liked the game, and I'll see you in the next video.